Je, ni rais gani wa Tanzania alikuwa na uwezo mkubwa zaidi wa kuzungumza Kiingereza? Leo tunawaangalia marais wote 6 kupitia hotuba zao. Kumbuka, huu sio uamuzi rasmi, bali ni nafasi ya kujionea na kutoa maoni yako. Rais wa kwanza ni Julius Kambarage Nyerere. Alijulikana kwa Kiingereza fasaha na kujibu maswali magumu, msamiati mpana na uwezo wa kueleza hoja kwa utulivu, na hii ni hotuba yake aliyoongea Kiingereza.
The former president of my country, no problem in Tanzania. We've never had these problems that they have. But I'm an African, and they see me, and they ask me the problems of Rwanda. I said, but I don't come from Rwanda. But you come from Africa.
What's the difference?
But I don't meet everybody. I don't meet an Englishman somewhere. Huh? If Blair was to come to Dar es Salaam, I don't ask him what is happening in Bosnia. It never occurs to me. I should ask Blair, what is happening to you?
Namba 2 ni Ali Hassan Mwinyi. Alikuwa na mtindo wa utulivu na alizungumza vizuri katika mikutano ya kimataifa, na hii ni hotuba yake aliyowahi kuzungumza Kiingereza.
We are not up against only the 3 enemies left to us by President Nyerere. That is poverty,
Literacy.
illiteracy, and disease. But now we have 4th enemy, that is hunger. We must do something about hunger. And the best thing to do is to produce our own food. And so now, agriculture is number 1 priority, along with the 3 others. And because of that,
Namba 3 ni Benjamin William Mkapa. Wengi humtaja kuwa miongoni mwa marais waliokuwa na Kiingereza cha kiwango cha juu sana kutokana na uzoefu wake katika uandishi wa habari na diplomasia, na hii ni hotuba yake aliyowahi kuzungumza Kiingereza.
Promise of a good, healthy life, promise of an educated society, promise of a leadership that thinks more about service than being served. We want all of that, borders to be removed and so on. Why don't we have it? My answer is very clear. Because you have a selfish leadership. Extremely selfish. We often think of the problem of leadership as being the problem of the leaders alone.
Namba 4 ni Jakaya Mlisho Kikwete. Alijulikana kwa kuzungumza kwa kujiamini na kwa ufasaha katika mikutano ya viongozi wa dunia, na hii ni hotuba yake aliyowahi kuzungumza Kiingereza.
To officiate this important event, this is due to conflicting engagements. But I thank Jonathan's understanding and cooperation to allow me to speak to you this way.
Namba 5 ni John Pombe Magufuli. Ingawa alipendelea Kiswahili, lakini pia aliweza kuzungumza Kiingereza vizuri pale alipohitajika, na hii ni hotuba yake aliyowahi kuzungumza Kiingereza.
Of this CCM manifesto. I'm sure you don't want to hear that, but that is the reality.
Okay, what would you say is the situation regarding infrastructure in Tanzania 50 years after independence?
Of course, in 1961, the issue of infrastructure, it was very bad. We used to have only 1,300 kilometers tarmac road. Now we have more than 60,500 kilometers network for the whole country of 949,000 square kilometers. But as well, we are now constructing more than 11,154 kilometers country-wise to be in tarmac roads. So you can see it yourself that we have there is a lot of improvement as far as infrastructure is concerned.
Do you think Tanzania will make a good way regarding development in the coming years? So what are the main problems?
That is obvious because after all, we used to depend on development donors.
Namba 6 ni Samia Suluhu Hassan. Ingawa anapendelea kuongea Kiswahili, lakini pia ameonyesha uwezo kwenye hotuba zake kwa kuongea Kiingereza. Na hii ni hotuba yake aliyowahi kuongea Kiingereza.
Mr. Secretary General of the United Nations, Your Excellency, Executive Director of UNAIDS, ladies and gentlemen, greetings to you all. This year marks 40 years since the first case of AIDS was reported in the world. It was not just an announcement, but a beginning of 4 decades to follow, of despair, pain, progress, and hope. Many lives have been lost and many others have been saved. It marks 38 years since the first AIDS case in Tanzania. We are glad to report that there has been impressive progress and many gains. HIV/AIDS, by far and large, is no longer a death sentence in Tanzania as it used to be 38 years ago. Allow me to share with you some of the important milestones in our fight against HIV/AIDS. We have increased HIV/AIDS testing from 61% in 2016 to 83% in 2019. We have recorded an increase in the use of ARVs from 94% in 2016 to 98% in 2019. The viral suppression has increased from 87% in 2016 to 92% in 2019. The AIDS-related deaths have steadily declined from the highs of 64,000 deaths per year in 2010 to a low as 32,000 deaths in 2020.